Place as many walls between yourself and outside as possible. An interior bathroom or underneath a staircase would be a great place to be. 47 miles per hour moving towards the radar here, and we also have wind moving away from the radar. So that's the amount of wind shear that we're dealing with this particular thunderstorm, and so that wind shear could be brought to the ground. That's why we do have a tornado warning in effect. Here's some very dry air that the system will be moving into come the second half of the weekend. That, combined with a good bit of wind shear near the Caribbean, really going to tear the storm apart before it has an opportunity to make it into the Antilles. It's been a great weather day across North Georgia this afternoon. We're seeing mostly sunny skies here right now. Our temperature outside at 88 degrees, but check it out. Dew point temperature, that's a measure of the amount of moisture in the air. It has fallen all the way to 56 degrees, and we'll continue to see it drop here over the next few days as drier air continues to move on into northern Georgia. Here in Greene County, this is where we have the strongest storm across northern Georgia right now, and you see these pinks and purples starting to show up on the radar. That could indicate some small hail. That's indicative of this quarter-sized hail suspended in the air by the updraft of the thunderstorm. Now, as this thunderstorm begins to weaken a little bit, the updraft will weaken and all this hail come crashing to the ground. So that's why we do have a severe thunderstorm warning in effect for quarter-sized hail. Georgia is in between this area of low pressure to our south and high pressure to the northeast, and these two together helping to funnel in all this moisture right into northern Georgia off both the Gulf of Mexico and the Atlantic. Through Newton and Rockdale counties, in about 1 minute it'll be near Alcovy, 4 minutes Porterdale, and 11 minutes near Pinnell if it holds together that long. Also, just within the last 5 minutes in this view alone, 6 cloud-to-ground lightning strikes. The good news is we're not seeing any of the positive strikes. Those are the strikes responsible for many of the house fires. Hi, I'm Channel 2 Action News meteorologist Austin Chaney here in Severe Weather Center 2. Our Storm Tracker 2 HD radar this afternoon pretty quiet across northern Georgia. We are getting a break from all these afternoon showers and storms, and temperatures outside right now are falling through the middle 80s. Outside in downtown Atlanta, this is our tower cam looking towards midtown and downtown. We're under mostly sunny skies. The temperature at the airport at 87 degrees. Our dew point temperature at 65 degrees. The dew point is the measure of moisture in the air, and as it falls, it indicates that drier air now beginning to move on into northern Georgia. So here's what's driving the weather this afternoon. We do have a cold front now beginning to push on in from the northwest. Now, cold fronts this time of year don't really bring in cooler weather, but they do bring in drier weather. And that's what we have coming up behind this cold front, a reinforcing shot of dry air moving on in from the northwest. That's going to both limit our rain chances as we go through Thursday and also make our weather feel a little more comfortable as we get into Thursday afternoon and also into Friday afternoon. So let's see how it all plays out. Here's the hour-by-hour forecast beginning at 5 a.m. tomorrow morning. Starting out dry across northern Georgia, just partly cloudy skies in place. Sunrise tomorrow morning at 6:55 a.m. Any sunrise fans out there, you look to be in good shape. It will be a beautiful sunrise. Moving through the afternoon hours now, temperatures beginning to warm up through the 80s by 3 p.m. But as you can see, rain chances tomorrow very limited. The chance rain at any one given location less than 10%. It won't be enough to impact or ruin any outdoor plans. Moving through the evening hours now, seeing the mix of sun and clouds, no rainfall to mention, and overnight plans look to be in great shape as well, as we will be rain-free with temperatures cooling through the 70s by 11 p.m. on Thursday night. Now, as I mentioned, the humidity also going to be improving here over the next 24 hours. Here we are right now, 7 p.m. on Wednesday, and it's still kind of tropical across northern Georgia. But as this dry air starts to move on in from the northwest, seeing more yellows and blues showing up on the map, indicating that drier, more comfortable air. And so even though temperatures will still be very warm as we get into tomorrow, it's going to be a little more manageable with the drier air in place. Speaking of those temperatures, here's how we will start out tomorrow morning. Looking at low temperatures in the low 70s, upper 60s. 70 degrees would be our morning low temperature here in downtown Atlanta. Check out the North Georgia mountains, the mid 60s showing up on the map. Even lower 60s across the higher elevations of the North Georgia mountains. Blairsville, it's going to be a very comfortable, very cool start to tomorrow morning. Definitely not what we expect for this time of year, so enjoy it while we have it. Now, as we get into tomorrow afternoon, we'll have plenty of sunshine and dry air in place, and that's going to allow our temperatures to warm up to the lower 90s. I'm forecasting a high temperature of 91 degrees here in Atlanta, 91 out towards Rome, 92 down there in LaGrange. Temperatures area-wide running 2 to 3 degrees above average for this time of year. The only real bad news in the forecast tomorrow is that we are going to be dealing with some poor air quality. We do have a code orange air quality alert in effect for much of northern Georgia and metro Atlanta. This means that the air will be unhealthy for sensitive groups. You want to limit your time outside, especially during the late afternoon and evening hours when those ozone concentrations are at their highest. So be aware for that as you go through your day tomorrow. Now, in the 5-day forecast, we do have some changes coming up in the days ahead. After we get past dry weather on Thursday and Friday, rain chances will be increasing Saturday, Sunday, and Monday as moisture begins to return to northern Georgia. We'll bump up our rain chances to 40% by Sunday, 60% by Monday, along with temperatures eventually cooling back down into the middle 80s. We'll be going over the forecast here over the next few hours in Severe Weather Center 2 and have an updated look on Channel 2 Action News Night Beat at 11. And a very good afternoon, everybody. I'm Channel 2 Action News meteorologist Austin Chaney here in Severe Weather Center 2. Our tower cam looking towards Midtown and downtown Atlanta, showing a tropical sky this evening over Atlanta. But we haven't seen any rainfall today, getting a break from that so far today. Our temperature outside right now at 91 degrees. That is down from our high temperature of 93 earlier today. But once you factor in the moisture we have in place, feeling much warmer. Our heat index right now at 96 degrees. And again, no rainfall recorded at Atlanta Hartsfield Jackson International. So across Georgia today, we do have this stationary boundary down to our south, and it's really been the dividing line between some moisture down to our south and some drier air to the north. We've seen a few showers in and around the vicinity of this boundary, but the bigger story today, all this dry air in the mid and upper levels of the atmosphere. So let's flip it on over to the water vapor imagery. This mode of the satellite measures the moisture in the mid and upper levels of the atmosphere. And where we see all these browns showing up on the map, that's indicative of this dry air, which has limited our storm coverage today. But check it out. Back out to our west and northwest, more green showing up on the map. That's headed in our direction tomorrow. So once we get into the afternoon, we'll see these showers and thunderstorms fire up once again. Let's go through that hour-by-hour forecast. We'll begin at 5 a.m. on Thursday morning. Starting out dry across northern Georgia, mostly cloudy skies in place. But once you step outside tomorrow, you'll notice the humidity right off the bat. It's going to hit you. It's going to be very sticky outside. As we go through the morning hours, we'll start to see a few isolated showers first develop across the northeast Georgia mountains, and then will become more numerous across the rest of northern Georgia and metro Atlanta as we go into the afternoon. Tomorrow's storms will be very slow moving, so any location that does experience a storm could experience that locally heavy rainfall, and it could lead to flooding in some low-lying areas. These heavy showers and downpours will be with us through the remainder of the afternoon, could lead to a slow commute in spots tomorrow as we're still dealing with this rain by 7 o'clock. Finally, after sunset tomorrow night is when all these showers begin to come to an end. We'll see mostly cloudy skies by 11 p.m. on Thursday night. Storm threats tomorrow. This is what it includes. Heavy rainfall and frequent lightning will be possible with any storm that develops tomorrow. And I want to remind you that July is the most active month for cloud-to-ground lightning strikes across northern Georgia. So if you can hear thunder, you're close enough to be struck by lightning, even if it's not raining. So move indoors once you hear that thunder. We're also going to have a low-end damaging wind risk with the storms that do develop tomorrow. Could see gusts on the order of 40 to 50 miles per hour. And with the saturated ground in place, that will be enough to down some trees. Waking up tomorrow morning, it's going to be a muggy start to the day, and temperatures will be starting out in the low 70s pretty much everywhere. Starting out at 73 degrees here in Atlanta, 71 in Carrollton, 72 out towards Athens, upper 60s across the North Georgia mountains. Tomorrow, we'll have more clouds and precipitation in place, and that's going to hold our temperatures a few degrees cooler than we saw today. I'm forecasting a high temperature of 90 here in Atlanta. That's 1 degree above average for this time of year. Upper 80s, lower 90s will be the story area-wide. Now, I do want to draw your attention to the forecast as we get late Friday into Saturday. We're going to have an unseasonably strong weather system impacting northern Georgia. And we've been going through the data this afternoon, and it's looking more likely that we're going to have the threat for strong and severe thunderstorms across North Georgia as we get into Saturday afternoon. 60-mile-per-hour winds and quarter-sized hail will be the primary threats, and we'll be fine-tuning that part of the forecast over the next few days here in Severe Weather Center 2. Should be sure to stick with us here at Channel 2 Action News. So in the 5-day forecast, we do have that shower and thunderstorm threat on your Thursday, again on Friday. Better chance of storms as we get into Saturday, and again, that's when we do have that severe thunderstorm risk. High temperatures this week will reach the upper 80s and lower 90s each day. Be sure to tune in to Channel 2 Action News Night Beat at 11, and we'll have an update on that upcoming severe weather threat.